Thank you.
This is Jake Gray with us here today on the Blue Plate Special, GRAY. If you are out there searching for information, just it's actually, I think the website is jake-gray.com. So we were kind of chatting about it a little bit. We didn't talk too much about it, but you're working on a new project out there. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I play mostly country as I've gotten older, but you know I still like me a little bit of that rock and roll. So a little tongue in cheek. The next album is going to be called Jake's Rock Album. But
you had to think a long time on that.
Yeah, I gave it a lot of thought. It was the working title, and it just kind of stuck. So if you could think about what we're going to be shooting for, is I've always been a fan of some Southern rock, but if you could think if like Leonard Skinner added a fiddle player, you know, maybe something somewhere in that realm.
So where are you recording?
I recorded the Sound Layer down in Merville.
Where?
Down in Maryville, I understand, if you're, you know, not from around here.
Yeah, if you're not from around here, well, that's the way it's spelled. Doesn't mean that's the way we say it.
Yeah.
But so let's see here. What's on it? Are you doing all originals, or are they
Yes, ma'am.
cover rock songs?
So, and let me tell you a little bit about the journey. So this is my, I think, 6th full-length studio album. And what I would do when I would start a project was, when I went to the studio, I'd usually have 6 or 7 songs in hand. And which meant that I had to write 3 or 4 to finish the album. But when you're writing 3 or 4, you're sort of, and you're trying to hit a deadline, you're sort of stuck with what you come up with. Well, what I did was, I wanted to challenge myself instead of waiting for inspiration to see if I could write intentionally. Some artist friends of mine would schedule time to write, and that just seemed so foreign to me. So I decided to see if I could do that. So I started a series. It's on YouTube called Songwriter Sunday. And what I would do is every Sunday I would write a song, force myself to. Well, it turned on this creative juices, and at the end of the year, instead of having 52 songs, I had like 60 songs, because like one day I wrote 3 songs and hated them all. But what that allowed me to do is, when I come into this project, I got to pick like the top 12 out of those 60 songs. Now I go in the studio, it's just coordinating with the other musicians about what I want to hear, and we're ready to go. So in terms of start to finish, it's the fastest album that we've ever produced.
So when are you looking to release it?
This fall.
Okay. So y'all can keep an eye out jake-gray.com. Now, it's a little ways away, but coming up on October 19th, a little something you haven't really posted about yet. You want to tell the folks about that?
Yeah, so Barrel House Gypsy Circus here in Old Town. They're going to be hosting a tailgate for the Tennessee-Alabama game. And my band and another band will be playing there. So we're going to have some fun that day ahead of the game.
Well, who knows? That new project might be out by then.
It might be out.
We'll just have to wait and see. Y'all feel free to shake in howdy with him after the show and thank him for being here with us today. This is Jake Gray on the WDVX Blue Plate Special.